Hello, this is the open boxing of an Ego mower. This is an all-electric mower, and it's got about a 21 and a half inch size deck, cut width. And this particular model is the LM2130 SP, and I just recently purchased it. I did not have a mower. I have not had one for several years, so I decided this time, instead of a gasoline internal combustion mower, to finally just get an all-electric model. So we are going to open the box and open it up and get this mower out and get it running, I hope. So here we go. It comes in a pretty big box. So here it is. It looks big. It is big. Not sure exactly how much it weighs, but you know, you can pick it up not very easily. And I was able to get this in I have a 4-door hatchback. I was able to get it in the back of that with the seats folded down, and that wasn't too much of a problem. So here it is. Here's the box. I'm going to do a quick little side video of the box, close up, so you can see how that works. I have a razor blade here, which I'm going to use to open this up here. It's not even taped, it's glued. Incidentally, you'll notice on this particular box, it actually has handles in there. That's kind of nice. It's nice when they put that in product boxes. Makes it easy to carry around. Some strong glue. Okay, there we go. Get a shot of that here. We have here, let's look for the instructions first of all. Sometimes they have a guide to unpacking. I don't see one. So we're just going to use basic science. I'm going to just pull this out here. The science of reasoning. That makes sense, we say, and that's what we do. This looks like the charger unit right there. That's the charger for the battery. So the battery detaches from the mower, and then you charge somewhere else. You charge when you plug it in. And here is the battery. Battery comes in a box like that. There we go. What else we got here? Alright, this looks like this, I would say, is the probably a back part of the handle frame, perhaps. We will find out, won't we? Okay. And then just some packing material. Separate that from the stuff we want to keep. This is the collection bag. Look at that. Nice large bag. Made of polyester, probably, nylon. Some type of synthetic material. Okay, plastic bag, we're going to keep that separate. This looks like a chute of some kind. Okay. And we'll put that right there. Look at this. The blades. One blade. This is a twin blade mower. And this is one blade. This says Ego must pair with upper blade Alright, set that down. Empty box. Would you like a close-up of the box? The next thing here is the mower itself, the main body, and it's got a piece of plastic on top of it. Not very tightly wrapped, is it? You know, sometimes they put things in bags. Sometimes they put things in bags, but not in this case. It's just kind of a cover, a plastic cover. I guess I could keep this and use it later. All right. We're going to figure out how we're going to get this out of here. I see some documentation here. This is what I was looking for before. Comes in a nice little bag here. And let's see. Okay. Well, we'll probably look at this later. Got a warranty sheet. I don't usually fill out warranty sheets, but for this I might, because this was, you know, this is an expensive machine here. So a warranty of some kind, or, you know, in case there's a defect in something later something needs to be recalled about it. This way they have a way of contacting me and saying, hey, bring that back to the manufacturer. That's not something you want to take a chance on, is something failing, especially like a lawnmower, which you know, is expensive and also is potentially could injure you. So that's why I like to fill out the warranty cards on these things. Then here is the documentation, and I'm guessing it's this thick because it's in multiple languages. Yep, it's in French and Spanish and English, and so it's a pretty nice book here. All right, we're going to set those aside for later viewing by the fire. So next the thing is, how do we get this out? There's no instructions on how to do that. I think we just use brute force. So, shall we try that? Yeah, let's just try that. There are rails that you can grab onto. I'm just going to grab onto this heavy side toward the back. There we go. That was a pretty easy extraction as mowers go. And then got some shipping paper here, or packing material, and then that is it. That is the box. You know, I could almost crawl in this thing. Now it says power beyond belief. I'm going to believe it. I don't think it's going to be too unbelievable. All right, so let's take a look at this mower here. That is it. I'm going to get a close-up. Here we go. Now this, I think we can just lift up. Let's see. You know what? Just so we don't break anything. I do tend to break things. Let's just see if it says anything about unpacking. Sometimes they do. Let's see. Press the quick adjust lever. Okay. Press the quick adjust lever, and then you can lift it up. There's no thing about unpacking. I guess lawnmowers just aren't considered that complicated. So I just wanted to be sure, because I don't want to, you know, wouldn't that just be terrible to break something right after you buy it? All right, so we're going to just lift this up, and there it goes. Look at that, everybody. Ha! Look at that. Let's see what this says. multi-blade cutting system. All right. I guess this is mained, I guess they're expecting this goes on the showroom floor or something, huh? Let's see. How does this come off? You know how this comes off is by destroying it. I have just the thing. This is what I use to open with, right? Just a little razor blade. That's all it is. So, just in case I want to put this in my scrapbook, I'm just going to cut right here, right like that. Now watch it say something like, whatever you do, don't remove the little sign, right? No, it won't say that. Okay. #1 rated. By whom? I don't know. I based my purchase on reviews that I read about this mower. Here we are with another sign. These are not things that you ever need to keep, you know? A person could spend their whole life holding on to signs and pieces of paper. So I could just recklessly cut. Oops, I want to be careful I don't cut. You know, sometimes they have like foam or handle parts of the handle that you grab onto to, you know, as a cushion or something. And I'd hate to accidentally cut into that. So this is the other thing here. There we go. What do you think of that? It says it has the torque of premium gas, runs up to 60 minutes. Well, that's a pretty cool looking mower, really. All right, and this is some more packing material. You always want to make sure when you're unboxing something that sometimes they might put a power cord, or they might put some kind of a additional component inside a little pocket that's inside the cardboard. So you always want to make sure that's clear and open. And then before you throw any of your stuff out, you want to take one more time to go through it and just make sure there's not something in there that you might need. All right, well, so this is the mower. That's it right there. All right. To start, fully extend side rails, then lock the clamps. Fully extend side rails. I think that means, boy, there's just no, I'm just trying to be careful here. Oh, fully extend side rails, and then clamp. How about that? Oh, okay, so now I can stand up like this. Now, let's take a close-up of this. So now let's go back to that manual, and I assume we need to charge the battery before we do it for the first time. Well, there's assembly. Assembly's way down in the manual. First, remove all the accessories from the carton, then grab the front handle and rear handle at the same time to carefully lift the mower up and out of the carton. I actually lifted it from the sides. The handle was down, and it said the front handle and the back. I used the sides. Make sure that all items are listed in the parts list are included. Oh my goodness, that could take a long time. Parts list. Parts list. Packing list. I think they meant packing list. It says parts list here. It says packing list here. Packing list is 1 lawnmower, It's a quantity. There's a quantity column, and they're all ones. Quantity 1, lawnmower, grass bag here. Oops, that's the blade. Grass bag here. Grass bag frame. That's what this is here. Okay. Mulching insert, pre-install in the mower. Side discharge chute. Operator's manual, we got that, and the edge premium bagging lower blade. I see one blade here. Is the blade already on? Let's take a look. How are we going to do that? All right, the battery, there's no battery because you never want to risk looking underneath a mower and putting your hands under there if it's on or if it could potentially start. So there is no battery in, so it cannot run. All right, let's take a look and see if there's a blade in here already. Well, what do you know about that? There's not only one blade, but there are two blades. Look at this. You can, it just kind of sits down like that on its own. It might not do that if the battery was in, because the weight would be heavy on the front again. But with the battery out, you can actually get under there. That's kind of neat. Okay, so now that we did that, let's go back to our packing list. So side discharge chute and operator's side discharge chute. So I was thinking that was this. And then the other thing that I didn't understand was the mulching insert, pre-install in the mower. I think that's probably something here. Let's see. Mulching insert. Oh, yep. I found it. There it is. That's the mulching insert. Where it goes is right in the back. Right here in the back. That is a removable piece. And what it does is it prevents the grass from going outside the rear end. Okay. Well, you know, it helps to read the manual, so maybe I should do that. So the mulching insert is already installed, and that keeps it from putting the contents into this bag. So you can run it either way, either with a bag attached or with a mulching insert, which prevents that from happening. And then this is the side discharge chute, which I can hook up here one way or the other, and then that will have it deflect the grass outside. So you have three choices: mulching, bagging into the rear bag, or discharging out onto the grass. Now this should cut pretty well because it's a twin blade mower, everything. So that's something to study in the manual, how to do that kind of stuff. And then we have two other little books here on how to, basically a manual about the battery, and then a manual about the charger. So let me just see here, because you know I'm anxious to get this thing running. Let's just see what we have to do with the battery. I think we have to do a full charge. Cold weather operation. When to charge the battery pack. The lithium-ion battery packs are shipped partially charged. Before using it the first time, fully charge the battery pack. This battery will automatically perform a self-discharge operation after 1 month of storage. And after this self-maintenance, the battery pack will enter sleep mode and maintain 30% of its charge capacity. If stored for a month or longer, fully recharge the battery before the next use. Well, that's kind of nice. Now let's look at the manual for the charger. A lot of manuals, right? Let's see here. Congratulations on your selection of the new generation of 56-volt rapid charger. Well, that makes me feel better. Okay, how to charge the battery pack. Do not use the charger outdoors or expose it to wet or damp conditions. Water entering the charger will increase the risk of electric shock. That's the other thing about this mower is, I think because of the way it's designed, it's not really meant to be used in wet environments. It's not really meant to be used, it's not designed to be used on wet grass. And I think you're probably not supposed to, I think I read somewhere that you're not supposed to hose it down, you know, with a garden hose to clean it off. So how do we use it for the first time? Before using the first time, fully charge the battery. We connect the charger to a power supply. The LEDs will light up. Align the raised ribs of the battery pack and the mounting slots of the charger. Charger will communicate with the battery, and so on and so forth. The battery pack is charging. The 4 charging indications will shine green in sequence from left to right. When the battery pack is fully charged, the charging indication LEDs stop alternating and will shine green continuously. The charger may warm during charging. This is normal operation. It's time to plug in the charger and then plug in the battery to the charger and then move all these electrons and everything and get this thing charged. Once we have the charged battery, then we can turn on the mower and try it out. We need to hook up the charger. All right, I have secured a power cord and I'm going to plug in the charger. Okay, so this plugs into here. So the charger is now plugged in. Now I'm going to take this battery. Battery weighs about 10 pounds. And I'm going to, what's that is? It's just a battery in a box. Look at that. How about that? Let's have a close up of this battery. Boy, this is one of the fanciest batteries I have ever seen. So I guess this is 56, well I don't, the charger is 56 volt. I don't know what the battery is. We have to look at that. There we go, look at that. Yep, it's a 56 volt battery. There it is right there. How about that? Okay, arc lithium it's called. And 7.5 amp hours. That's essentially a figure of how fast it can drain, how much current can come through the battery while it's being used. I'm going to slide it right on. And there it goes. Okay, with this battery being charged, you may be able to hear there's a whir sound that's coming from some cooling fans inside as it's charging the battery and moving that electricity. There's some heat that's being generated as a byproduct. So it's just the fans are used to keep the unit cool, but it also sounds cool. And then these segment indicator lights, there's 5 of them, and when all 5 are lit, then that will mean that the battery is charged. And so right now it's saying about, well, less than 50%. All right, so we're going to wait for that to charge, and then once this is charged, we'll come back here and do some more. Okay, we're back. A couple things have transpired since the last moment, and I have fixed my microphone. You might have noticed that cut out for a little bit. And then we have also finished charging. We have 4 solid green lights, and the lights that are on top of the battery are no longer lit or blinking. So that would indicate a charged battery. Now, a couple other things that I've had some time to do while I was waiting is I went looking through this manual here, which is, you know, you want to read the manual to something like this. One of the interesting things I found was that as you noticed before, it came with this blade. This is a blade that is for bagging. It is supposed to be used for bagging. And on page 40 of the manual, it says how to choose blade tips. Now there's already 2 blades installed with the mower, so it is your mulching blade along with the upper blade. This other blade replaces the mulching blade, and this is typically for bagging. It's just the way it's designed to cut the grass. You will still use two blades. It's just this will be the lower blade if you're going to bag, and otherwise you use the installed lower blade for your mulching. Now it does say, and I quote, "Definitely both Ego Edge Premium mulching blade and bagging blade will bag or mulch. But for optimal performance, they recommend you use the mulching blade for mulching and the bagging blade for bagging." So that was an important thing I learned. I also looked more into the care and maintenance of this. This is basically a plastic body, and there's some steel parts, some metal parts, but mostly it's plastic, and you do have an electric motor and a lot of other electrical sort of parts for the lights and the self-propelled mode and all that, the motor for that. And so they tell you specifically in the manual, you do not take a hose to wash this thing down. They recommend, first of all, you clean it after every use, and they also recommend you clean it off, basically, after you've used it with a cloth. And before you do anything as far as cleaning or getting underside or putting your hands anywhere near that mower or doing any kind of maintenance on it, you always want to remove the battery from the mower. Okay? Now, a couple other things that I learned and discovered was this extra piece that came in here, as we previously discussed, is for the side discharge chute, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. And then this back part here is where you would attach the bag. Let's go ahead and get the bag straightened out. This goes in here like so. All right, and then let's see. This goes around like this. So these little plastic spots wrap around like so. They the plastic is molded so that it acts like a clamp, and so it's easy to separate with just your thumb, and then you just clip it over. It's like a clip basically, and you just clip it over the metal frame like so. Don't do this when anyone's watching you, because you want to make it look like you know what you're doing. Alright, so then you put this on like this. Alright, and then this one on here like so. You want to make sure each clip is on each side. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the edge here. And that just goes right around like so. Wait a minute, is this right? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be, is that right? I think that's right. That doesn't look right. That does not look right. Let's see. Manual says slides in like that. The frame goes in the bag. Oh, and the tongue goes on the outside. Okay. The tongue, everybody, goes on the outside. And look at that. I can't get it on now unless I undo. All right. Okay. We had some fun. There it is. There it is. Okay. See what I did there? So the tongue is on the top side, and then the bag, which is inside, the frame is inside the bag here. The bag's got to come around like that. And then you put the little clips on, just like that. Let me get a little closer shot so you can see what I'm doing here. So there's the tongue sticks out there, that's on the top side. Then this little clip just slides right over like that. And then he said, you go like this. See? Isn't that fun? Couldn't you do this all day? All right, this goes like that. This is complicated. I have never had so much of a challenge putting a grass catching bag together. Honestly, in my entire life, I have never had this much trouble. Okay, so there it is. So if you look closely, all these little clips are around this bag. And you know what the irony is? The irony is I'm not going to use this. I'm going to keep this mower for mulching, basically. I don't have any need to bag the grass. You never know, I might want to for some reason. And I'll tell you actually one good reason for wanting to bag the grass is that, and I will show you this here. I know you're itching to get that battery in there. Is that with this mower here, with the back part, the way this works is, can you see this? This little door just slides right out, just opens just like that. Very easy. Just grab it, lift it, and do it this way. Grab it and lift it. Okay? So here, if we lift this up, we pull here, and here is the mulching thing. Remember I looked underneath the mower? This is the piece right there. And it slides right in. You lift this up and you slide that right in. Done. And then it mulches, okay? But if you want to do a side discharge, you lift this up, you pull that out, and then you put in this piece right here. This is the side discharge piece of plastic. Now look at this. This has a tongue on it right there. So this part goes against flush into the mower. Look at this. Like this. And it goes into a little slot that's right there in the base, a little slot that goes down there like that. And that goes on like that, pretty much, when it works, right? When you have it centered right, I think that's right. And then this comes down. No, that's not right. Hold on. It's got to get in there, that little tongue. Okay, I think that's right. Now the problem is that this is not going to withstand being tossed around on a bumpy grass surface. The only thing holding this side discharge chute in place is the weight of this plastic flap, this plastic door. If I lift this up, it pops right out. And I'm pretty sure I'm not doing it wrong. That's how it is. You put that in there like that, and you close it down. It's in a little groove, and it sits there. So just the weight on this spring, this is a spring-loaded plastic door, but that's all it is. I don't know if that's going to withstand even one summer of side discharging, you know, one season. And again, anytime this accidentally pops up, the side discharge pops out. So I don't think that's a really sturdy, stay-put design. I think where you're really going to find the strength in this mower is with its mulching ability and possibly with the bagging. So let's hook up the bag while we're doing it. So this little tongue here functions as a handle. We lift up the flap and we just, there we go, it goes right on. It's pretty easy. And then that comes down. That's all there is to it. Take it off, lift up the door, lift right off, empty the grass, put it back down, done. So that's pretty easy to do, and that works pretty well. That's not a big bag, you know. But again, as I say, I'm going to be using this for mulching, so I'm going to just lift this back up, take it back out, and then I'm going to put in the discharge, or the mulching guide, I guess you'd call it. Let's make sure we put it in the right way. If we put it in the wrong way, will it work? I don't think so. No, it won't fit in the wrong way. You can only put it in one way. Done. Okay. Now here's another neat thing I want to show you. Let's get this stuff out of the way here. I know you want me to put the battery in and turn it on. I know. I know. Okay. Look at this. If you look right here, one handle. That handle is the height adjustment. You hold on, steady the mower with one hand here, and you just move the thing up, and you move it down. Look at that. One control to change the height of the whole mower. That's a great design. That is great. I can't tell you how many times growing up cutting the grass with a Toro lawnmower, I had to, each wheel had to be in the right thing, and sometimes if the grass was too long, you're trying to trick it, like you have it high up here and lower down here, so it's like at an angle to try to make up for the fact that you didn't cut the lawn the previous week. So all sorts of problems happened, of course, with that. And of course, you'd get the wrong size on one, it'd be lopsided, and oh, it was a mess. And it's covered in grass, and you can't figure it out. So this is a neat control. You just steady the mower, and you lift it one way or the other. So what I read was that will get you from 1 1/4 inch to 4 inches, okay? So that's pretty nice. And for mulching, I think they suggest you kind of keep it high, but they do basically say the recommended method is to choose the proper cutting height according to the type of the grass to be cut. Well, I don't even know how you would do that. Okay. Here's something else I learned while I was waiting for the battery to charge. This adjustment here, this lever, will adjust the handle angle. There are 3 settings. So, right there is the highest setting. One notch down is medium. And then lower, like that. So I guess it really depends on your own comfort and your height. We'll try all the way up. Let's also take a look at some of the controls that's on the handle. So over here, let's see, can you see that? There's a dead man control. In order for the mower to run, this has to be pulled back. And then for the propelling, self-propel feature, you can push these buttons on the top, and then you have a control to turn it on or off, an LED control, and then indicators for the status here. Oh, and one more thing here is that this knob right here adjusts the speed of the motors that help drive it forward. Okay, with our battery fully charged, we're going to take the battery off the charging unit. Must be a handle or something on this. Is there a handle on this? There is not a handle on this. Okay, it doesn't need a handle, frankly. Okay, so we push that aside. Again, the charger is only to be operated indoors, okay? Do not do this outside in a dripping, watery, wet shed, or outside, you know, by the hose, or, you know, leave it in the driveway or something. This is meant to be used inside a garage or inside your utility room or something like that, okay? And it does just use normal house current. All right, so this just goes in here like this. You lift up on here, and what do you know? There's something else in here. A little guide here. So this is how to start the mower. To start the mower, you basically make sure the handle here is fully extended. Remember when we were unboxing, we had to extend it because it was down like this for storage, right? So it's got to be all the way up. There are little black arrows to show you there. All right. Obviously the battery's got to be installed, and then you push the power button, and you got to hold back on that dead man control there. All right, let's get this battery in here. All right, I've been waiting to do this. Oh, by the way, the charge time from when I received it, you know, from shipping and installation, assembly, to now, that charge time was probably about an hour. of time. So it comes with about 25% charge in it. They want you to fully charge it before its first use. That's the best thing for the battery's life. So putting that on the charger right away, that took about an hour. So don't buy this mower and have it brought home and put it together if you're in a hurry, unless you have all afternoon. So this just slides right onto here, and you're supposed to hear an audible click. That means the battery is locked in place. Let's see if we can hear the click. I heard the click, and if you pull on the battery like that, it doesn't come out. There's a green lever here. You push on that, and it releases the battery just like that. All right, the battery is in place. The lid is closed. When that battery is in there, do not put your hands under the mower. Do not do any service on the mower. All right? Now, we need to turn it on. Well, here we are out here outside now. And if you look around, you see that it's dark. It's nighttime. And also, what you can't probably see is that the grass is wet because it just rained about a couple hours ago. So everything's soaking wet. So we're not going to do any grass cutting or mulching tonight. We'll come back and do that once the sun is up and things have dried out a little bit. But we can at least turn the motor on and see how that sounds and see how the controls work while we're out here on the driveway. Now remember, anytime you're running a lawnmower, you want to make sure there's nobody in the vicinity of the discharge area where they could possibly potentially have stones or anything flying around. You want to keep it safe, right? So what we're going to do is push the button, and then we pull back on the control here. Button, control. That's it. Well, that's kind of neat. The lights stay on even when the blades stop, so that you can still see what you're kind of doing if you have to move stuff around. The mower also does move perfectly fine without the assistance of the propelling motor. Anyway, that'll do it for this part, and we're going to wait till the sun comes up.